'Tis all rather sudden, but I suppose we've no reason to refuse. Shall we make for the point of departure? I can guide you there, if you wish.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Gathering materials makes for dull work indeed.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall...
I shall lead us to our destination. Russia.
About time you showed up. We've been waiting for you. Our mission is simple. Sir Augustin will board the Ox. See to it that the Queen Regent's supporters will come for Sir Augustin's head. Of this, we can be certain. Quiet. Come along now. What was that sound? Who's there?
Hold a moment. I'll be handling Augustin's escort.
Foul brigand!
There's no need for theatrics. Here's a fair warning, cuz this craven isn't worthy of your trust.
He speaks madness! Subdue him at once!
Why, if 'tisn't Sir Ragnall from the tavern. Now two parties ask how
You would betray me.
You believe me then? That's a bit of a relief, actually. Thanks, Cud.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
We must not let down our guard.
Curse you!
Phew. I appreciate the confidence, cuz 'twas a welcome surprise. But I can't linger here, I'm afraid. Follow after me, if you can.
whatever choice.
I grant you roaring flame.
Would you come over here? If we mastered that attack, we would be invincible. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time. I never would have expected to find a cave in a place like this.
It's an exciting discovery, but we ought not to lose our heads.
Master? Master, can you hear me? Are you unharmed?
Pray, seek an exit. I shall search for a way to rejoin you.
We meet again.
We are reunited at last, Master. I do hope you encountered no trouble in the cave.
'Tis done.
The Regalia sword is brilliant to behold, Master. I expect Sir Roman will be very pleased to see it. I believe I can guide you to the person in question.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Would you mind coming over here?
Slim pickings of late.
This ox cart's bound for the can't let you on till you've paid.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
One hopes these carts offer comfort commensurate to their cost.
I'm starving, I am.
Can't stomach places like this. I'm dead tired.
This might be worth a read.
Let's have a look then.
Twas a bumpy ride, but we've arrived all the same.
Mayhap we can employ a cart for our next journey.
Reckon your trade towns can make you right sick of crowds, but here, at least, you'll find a bit of peace and quiet.
Getting proper rest is an important...
'Twas intriguing to watch a mate.
A good sleep does wonders.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?
About time you showed up. We've been waiting. Our mission is simple. See to it that none the Queen Regent's supporters will... quiet. Come along now. What was that, sir? Who's there?
Hold a moment.
Foul!
There's no need. Fair warning, cuz.
He speaks madness!
Why, it isn't...
You believe me, then? That's a bit of a relief,
I would have preferred not to come to court so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
Phew. I appreciate the confidence, but I can't linger here and follow after me if you can.
The right to decide is yours alone.
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait a moment.
Let me get that.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
No one can defend themselves with grappling like this.
Naught compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help but feel indomitable.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Master! Master? Can you hear me? Are you unharmed?
Pray, seek an exit. I shall search...
We meet again. Why question the meaning of battle? Might as well question the meaning of You seem to have fared better than I did. I took the fall for Augustin. Still, so long as he escaped. Speaking of, I'll be glad to oblige you, of course, but we ought to... I suppose... Time to get to work. Not bad. From what I've seen of your skills during that mess in the tavern and today's business, and my word ought to carry a fair bit of weight, considering my reputation as a warrior of unparalleled skill. Though of late, I've mostly been playing escort to spineless nobles. Turns out, as a sellsword proves himself, the list of those who can afford his services grows shorter and comes to be written in finer ink. Makes for a duller life, though I can't say I've any complaints about the weight of my pockets. Still, I hunger for a real battlefield. I'd not say no to a fight with you. Mayhap, I'll not give... I'm not sure what's brought... I suppose I'll have a few drinks and... That escort mission was a trap concocted entirely for your benefit, you know. It was supposed to give those responsible a means to incriminate you. But Augustin is no fool. He had his doubts about his summons to Vermin and hired me to watch over him in an unofficial capacity. So I looked into the cart that would be escorting him, and lo and behold, I found your name. But 'twasn't on the list of hired guards, oh no. Rather, your name was on the list of persons to be on guard for. In short, you had been called in to act the part of the culprit. Mark my words, if you'd carried on with them, Augustin would have been slain, and you would have been held responsible. You'd not have stood a chance against all that if it hadn't been... Aye, methinks I've earned my pay this time. And then some. I protected my charge and got you away from the scene. Now all that remains is to escape this place. I expect... Still, I've got to wonder where this... One thing's for certain. You must have powerful enemies in Vermin. But why? 'Tis not as though you're the Arisen... What? You are the Arisen. Ha! 'Tis a small world indeed. You've piqued my interest even further, cuz I've no business here. Best I... Right. Let's press on. Judging from the flow... Well, this is a right awful place to be cut short. At least you made it out all right. After all, I can't afford to die here. We'll see each other again. You can count on that.
So this Ambrosius fellow possesses knowledge of the Godsway? Then we'd best seek him out. Ah, yes, I know just where to find this person. Follow me.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
I grant you fire's blade. Use it well.
I did my best to match your skill, Master. Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
Materials, eh? I shan't deny. They have their uses.
Come to think of it, some masters rearrange their party at the drop of a hat.
I must ask you to refrain from charging off. Teamwork is the crux of our strategy.
It's such a worry, Lord. I know what I'm doing.
Let my magic grant you an elemental.
Much obliged. Here you are. 'Tis a
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Have a gander at my wares. He shot. Can't regret it. Hope to see you again ere long.
What are you doing?
Forgive me. I could not help it. You'll not live to regret this.
I have a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance your equipment.
My word. This ox cart has been destroyed.
The work of goblins, mayhap.
One cannot be too careful.
I shan't allow any further harm to come to you. I knew you would prevail, Master.
Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
A resounding success.
Goblins, Master!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
I grant you roaring flame.
There's aught to be found there. Can you not see it?
We ought to take a closer look.
You're soaked! Do you try not to catch cold?
You trying to piss me off?
Nothing more pathetic than begging for your life.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Looking for a fight, but I can see.
Battle is to be avoided, I take it, Arisen.
Little does our foe realize how narrowly they escaped death's touch.
Indeed, you are correct.
I shan't let them harm. Sleep magic.
I'd sooner stay out and back where it's possible. Would that all my days...
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I inquire as to what's become of the Regalia sword? So this is how the sword looked in its glory days of yore. 'Tis splendid to behold. I thought the blade ought to be restored for its history, but seeing it like this, I feel it means something more. Pray, give my thanks to the blacksmith who repaired it. And you, Sir Arisen, you have breathed life anew into one of our kingdoms. I can imagine no worthier symbol of a sovereign's ma-
That's not acting up today.
Dare say I could forget all my troubles here.
Feet up and welcome as fine ale.
That's such peace.
Such quietude.
Then I shall remain by your side.
My shift's done. I'm off to the tavern. Gladly stay a while. Yes, take it easy. Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen.
Come take a look. You... Be glad you did. Do come again.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously. A crime committed here will see one confined to jail.
As I understand it, the pay of a jailer is miserable for all their toil.
Then a bribe might avail us, should the time come.
Of course, no one is bothered with a wretch like me.
We must rest, though the sun is still up. Good morrow, everyone.
Off we go, then.
Feeling rested, I trust?
You're always such fun to talk to.
Depend upon my vigilance.
This isn't good.
My sword arm could use some.
You'll not get away with this!
Lots to do.
Aye, this here deal looks to be plentiful.
Only care I have is how to spend the day. Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
It would allow us to save our strength, assuming we are not attacked, that is.
Precious little time.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
It is a tad inconvenient that we can't share equipment.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
We must not let down our guard. I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
Don't drag this out. Stop! I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
Don't
might confidently call that to the sound.
No doubt, this triumph will spur us into the next.
Worth the effort of breaking it.
I'll save you! It is vital you remain level-headed.
Very well. I shall return. I grant you fire flame. Well.
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
I have but 2 words for that performance. Utter perfection.
Let us aim for greater precision with our next attempt.
Are we leaving already? Bother. I was just getting warmed up. If we mastered that attack, we would be invincible. Isn't much of an adventure if all we do is make camp.
We shall be ill-prepared for battle if we rest overmuch.
Materials, eh? I shan't deny. They have their uses. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am...
As a matter of fact, I shall never forget the agony I felt. We should be able to move this boulder with our combined might.
I say we give it a push and see what happens. Do not waste this chance. We must press home our advantage.
Strike fast! Our glory shall fall. One Wakestone shard is a mere rock, but combined, they can work miracles.
We must take care not to throw it away by mistake.
Now, what might that be?
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
One of our loved ones unconscious. Well done. No harm shall come to you.
Me? Caught unawares? I would never be so careless.
I grant you roaring flame.
Venom harpies! Take care that they don't poison you.
Blade! Feast your eyes on this.
You have my protection.
My talents lie in combining materials. And I'll use those in my...
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
I seem to recall there being a treasure chest in this area when I explored it in other worlds. Shall I lead the way?
Let my magics grant you an elemental being. Most impressive, Master.
We cannot afford to grow overconfident. Our foe is not yet routed.
Not bad, all things considered.
Are smashed beyond repair.
You'll not live.
Well done.
I grant you fire's blaze. Use it well. That was hard won.
We ought to consider this a lesson. This is what befalls one who lets down their guard.
here we go again.
We must focus on finding victory, whatever our discomfort.
Defense me, darling.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it through.
This seems an easy spot for a campsite.
Surely rest and wait till after we've examined our surroundings.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
I mean, it's hard. How adorable.
True enough.
I'm in your debt.
Stand firm! You must not let down your guard, even for a moment.
That was superb, Arisen.
If your pack grows over full, simply ask me to sell off your surplus items. I'll have the gold for you in a trice. These opportunities of what say we get some rest? I'm not sure I could face a trek with my belly so full.
Good sleep is the key to a good adventure.
I grant you roaring flame.
Strike fast! And our quarry shall fall. Understood.
chest. I shall take a look inside.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above. Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost.
Aught fell from the beast as it breathed its last. I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
You'll not live to regret it.
This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Be more careful.
the initiative, I'll have you know.
Stupid human!
While in another world, I happened upon a treasure chest rather close by here. Perhaps I could show you the way.
No one can defend themselves when grappled like this.
I shan't let them on.
They say the Sovereign was bathed in the dragon's fell flame. Such it is, and yet he draws breath. I do hope his majesty shall recover.
Drop all your valuables, and I might just let you live.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Where do you think you're going,
A flawless execution.
Let us try for the same result with our next attack.
Lightning is its weakness and our strength.
Let my magic imbue your weapons with the fury of the elements.
I mislike this.
They're right. We trounced our foe well and true.
We mustn't allow ourselves to fall weakness. Taking each trial. You have my protection.
Feast your eyes on this. Was this ox cart assailed? 'Tis in a dreadful state.
Wrought by the hands of brigands, or the claws of monsters.
Caution would be wise. but we ought not let it halt us in our course.
That was a skillful bit of thievery. You do your vocation proud. You truly are formidable, Arisen. I grant you roaring flame.
Oh, methinks the veins fell back. Perhaps a few more for good measure.
Continue our onslaught and the behemoth will soon topple.
The moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this. I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Someone help me! Someone is being attacked, Master. Perhaps we ought to intervene.
It is as you say.
A friendly face at last. I cannot thank you enough for your aid, sir.
If I might be so bold as to impose upon you again, would you be willing to accompany me to the cenotaph and safeguard me from harm? I fear there are none else to whom I can turn, and if this is not done, the road through these grounds shall fare.
Oh, thank you! I am in your care.
We are to safeguard Sir Oscar to the cenotaph. Shall we be off? I can guide you there, if you wish.
The guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way. We cannot break it from this side.
So it goes. Skeletons, Master!
Holy attacks will serve us well.
These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair. Let my magics grant you an elemental boost.
monster seems to have dropped something. One can scarcely walk in a place so cramped. I pray we do not encounter any foes.
Let us proceed with caution. Eyes peeled, ears pricked.
This is a powerful weapon. A single bolt loosed from it would carry tremendous lethal force.
This could grant us an edge in battle.
One never can have too many of these.
What say we pelt one?
Oh, 'twasn't an easy journey, but here we are at last. All that remains is to ring the bell. I only pray it works. That should do it, eh? Aught seems to be well. My humblest thanks, sir. I swear I'll never shirk this sacred duty again.
I'd fain reward you for your aid. Heaven knows you've earned it. But oh, perhaps you'd... I happened upon it on our way here. I suppose it's still... Surely it must be grand.
Outstanding.
An achievement to be proud of.
I hadn't expected to feel such a sense of accomplishment. I suppose that comes of serving the Arisen. You'll never reach our destination if you continue in that direction, Master. But I suppose I can guide us there later.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow. There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen.
I grant you fire's blade.
Seems we haven't raised our
A reckless opponent makes for easy prey.
By your
On my way!
I must admit that it feels wonderful to strike through.
Offers no solace in victory.
We were overconfident in our abilities. It is a painful reminder that fortune will not always favor us. Oh, I'd not have thought we'd find one here.
Our collection grows.
Huh. I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this. I can't count the number of meats and fish that have gone to rot in my pack. You'd think the smell would remind me.
Ah, yes. That sounds familiar.
The field of battle is wont to pit us against our fellows, but that does not cut the down evil to bear.
Indeed, you are correct. Not like a feast to get you ready for bed.
I quite agree. Best we recuperate our strength before we set off again.
Are those bats I espy?
Pay them no mind.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Weapon with the fury of the elements.
I'd wager there's more to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
This party is fit for adventure. Our strengths complement each other well.
So long as we remember to keep to our side bold, we should be a united front in the face of any foe.
Right you are.
This material can be used to enhance equipment, and is a rarity besides.
We shall have to think long and hard about what to do with it. Oh, what does this say?
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
Another dogged adventurer come to take my life. Many have tried, and as you can plainly see, all have failed. I would have after all. That which is won by brute force is apt to be lost to the same. I set before you a simple task. Solve my riddles to satisfaction. Should your answers please me, I will bestow upon you the contents of yon chests. If so, take your place. Fear not the plunge into the If so, take your place. Your resolve is commendable. The fool beholds a sage in the mirror. The sage a fool. Our eyes are our allies, yet oft do they betray, for eyes tell lies. So I advise, and thence do lead astray. Yet, how will your eyes advise you? Venture through yonder door, and retrieve that which is of greatest value.
Then I shall remain by your side.
Here we go again.
We must. Let us finish this quickly.
Understood.
You've been doused in oil. You must steer clear of fire. Magics grant you an elemental boon.
All things considered, I suspect that's something best to learn.
Quite right. Let sleeping dogs lie, as they say.
To charge ahead may be to rush headlong into danger. Let us take care to move as one.
Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
I will protect you.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
Perhaps was somewhat overdone, but no matter. Over so soon? Why, we seem to have come through unscathed.
I grant you Fire's blade. Well.
It isn't worthless, but that's as much as I can say for it.
'Tis a dismal feeling to be disappointed so utterly.
Come to test your wits. Yet, how will your eyes advise you? Venture through yonder door and retrieve that which is of greatest... So, this is your choice? The greatest worth your eyes descried? Indeed, this is what I sought. Your eyes see true. No greater worth can there be than that found in simplicity. Collect it from yon chest and take this file too. Its purpose...
Very well. I shall return.
I'm all for swapping stories, but perhaps another night. I can scarce keep my eyes open.
We fixed the green now black. Perhaps a few more for good measure.
We'll never get anywhere if all we do is...
We've got rattlers!
It does not fear holy power. Such attacks will have little effect.
I will hold the enemy still.
I did my best to match your skill, Master.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
I say we collect as much as we can carry. Oft we will hear a foe before we espy them. A moment's warning can make all the difference.
Be sure to keep your wits about you.
I grant you roaring flame.
You're well fond of picking things up, aren't you?
This is my first time clapping eyes on such an item. I expect my own master has yet to even discover it.
Be on. Your guard. There are innumerable corners where an enemy might conceal themselves here.
Keep your voice low, lest my heart leap from my throat.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
We must not let down our guard.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it? Ah, now here's a surprise.
At least all our efforts weren't for naught. I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this. 'Tis the strange sort that ventures willingly into darkness.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Excellent. Just what I was hoping for. It appears to be locked, and we've no key. Shall we try breaking it down?
'Twill not break easily, you know.
Let's not be hasty now.
Then I shall remain by your side. Aught fell from the beast as it breathed its...
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side.
What is that, a tower? Nay, a statue.
We ought to take a closer look.
Wolves! If I've ever seen them. This is not effective. We may have to rethink our strategy. Most impressive, Master. Let my magics grant you a mental boon.
Now, what might that be?
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
Was most effective.
The wizard has been put to speed!
Arisen! Are you alright?
Not live to regret this.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
Overconfident is an enemy in and of it.
I seem to recall there being a treasure chest in this area when I explored it in other worlds. Shall I lead the way?
I've got him hit! We'll have a hard time to well through that just now.
I grant you fire's blade. Use it well.
I knew that I could count upon your strength, Arisen.
Follow me.
It is about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say? I know precisely when a curative is needed.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
Got to be something worth decent to hear about.
Reckon your trade towns can make you right sick of crowds, but here... At least, you'll find a... Many thanks!
I am honored to be called to your side, Arisen.
Apologies, but I can't offer you a...
I keep feeling eyes on the back of my head.
What am I supposed to do about it?
Let me alone, will ye?
Ain't got the foggiest.
This ox cart's bound for I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
What am I supposed to do about it? You'd think they'd learn by now, not to creep up on.
Twas a fascinating tale those soldiers outside the palace were discussing.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
I'm stunned.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
When does my watch end?
What should I do? Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me. Ah, but only if you've the time and inclination, of course. As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived, an unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care.
Let me get that.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him. But to be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my— Come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind—
You there. Help me. Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well. Mayhap I'm just imagining things. Something. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the gracious—
The safer the roads, the—
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
What's your business with me, Cod? You fond of those eyes? Keep them to your... You looking for a fight?
Can't say I've any tidings to share.
I've not got food.
Suppose that's enough for one day.
All the others may.
Loyalty's just another way to save your own.
You best watch yourself.
Got something for me?
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement. That is, the basement sick room. None of the other sisters are permitted entry. Teles, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know, which is to be expected, and yet... Apart...
So, the worst of us are taken, and none save the abbess can enter? If the gracious hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go for... You've my thanks. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her. See, I've already reported my suspicions to the sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. So I beg you, sir, find the...
To get to the bottom of what is happening at the Gracious Hand, we shall have to acquire evidence of any misdeeds.
Right you are.
surely no fate more
We'll take a better
My
mind
head
than mine
hurts
to
just
solve this.
thinking about it.
Can't make a living if I get myself in.
If I could, I'd never leave.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Oh, excellent find.
Shall we get some rest then?
How might I serve you, Arisen? 'Tis a pity we must part after sharing such a...
A well-organized pack is my specialty. Are you fit to travel? Then a troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness spawns can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses all self-control, and in time will even cease to heed the Arisen's commands.
Indeed. Well, we shall have to remain watchful, lest one of our company should start showing signs of this sickness. Have we purchased all that we require? We ought to review the contents of our packs just to be sure. 'Tis a glad thing we rested when we did.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Naught compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help...
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
I suppose we might as well gather what we can.
Well fought,
Born to grow overconfident. Our foe is not yet routed.
Perhaps was somewhat overdone, but no matter.
The paths to victory are myriad. That strategy never would have occurred to me.
It is not what I expected. We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
What did you do to provoke it? It was most unwise.
Be mindful of your surroundings.
You have my protection. Ice's sting is yours to wield.
I can't imagine we're in need of a campsite just now.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and...
Let us aim for greater precision with our next attempt. We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Let my magic grant you an immense I shan't let them harm you.
What say we get some rest? I'm not sure I could face a trek with my belly so full.
Now then, which way?
Let us trust in ourselves and proceed with caution.